So we got Mr. Derek here. Derek, tell me how you ended up coming to our office. Like, what was your overall problem that brought you in?
Yeah, I had a pretty unfortunate event back in November 2023. I was in a car crash, head-on collision with another car going about 60 to 70 miles per hour. Luckily, I was able to walk away, but I had a bunch of um, traumatic things and also concussion-related symptoms that popped up. And going through cognitive therapy at other places, I still had remaining issues, lingering issues, like vision problems, brain fog, snow vision, tinnitus. And so I still kind of kept looking around for other doctors that could help me, and eventually found you guys. And apparently you guys have treated snow vision before, along with the other cognitive problems. And
Describe the snow vision a little bit.
yeah, the snow vision is kind of strange. I don't think you really hear too much about that. It's the best way I can describe that is if you're looking at a solid color, like a big solid color of a wall, everything kind of looks pixelated, like there's a Photoshop filter over it. And so these pixels are kind of moving sometimes, kind of flashing. It's really distracting, and that's all that your brain wants to look at. And it just popped up right after the crash because I went headfirst into the airbag. And yeah, since then started seeing that, and then started on the OMST protocol, and then also started with Dr. Johnson's Seeing Spaces treatment program. And whenever I started that, like probably after a couple of days even, I noticed that the snow vision, like the pixels themselves, weren't flashing as much. And then I noticed a slow improvement throughout like the past couple of months, especially. Now I'm at a point where I can look at a big wall that's all just one solid color, and I can only see these flashing pixels if I try to look for them. And so now it kind of feels like I'm back to normal.
It's made a big difference.
Huge
Okay.
difference with reading, with attention, with being able to go outside, look up at the sky. That was kind of a huge thing, just because like an all blue sky, you want to look up and enjoy it, but you can't because it's constantly moving around and flashing at you. And, yeah, but now I can.
Tell us about your experience with OMST, and that stands for Optometric Multisensory Training.
Yes.
And when we had recommended that to you after you had started our treatment. And were you nervous about starting it at any point?
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it before, and I was a little hesitant at first, and it did sound kind of complex, but like I said, with the snow vision, all my other cognitive problems, it just made sense to try this. And whenever I started working with the therapist, she was very detailed, answered all of my questions, made me feel comfortable, even showed me how the treatment process would go, even starting up the bed that would move. And yeah, it was very comforting, very easy to actually go through the treatment once I did it. And then the treatment itself is life-changing. My cognitive abilities are back. I am a team lead, a software developer for a cybersecurity company. So it's a mentally taxing job, and something I got a lot of pride and satisfaction from. And then whenever the crash happened, those abilities kind of went away. OMST brought them back immediately. Like within a month of going through the treatment program, I now feel like my coding ability, my ability to handle tasks and the subtask, plan projects, that abstract thinking, the actual problem solving of the code, all of those cognitive abilities that I had pre-crash are now back. And it's incredible and life-changing.
And do you have your coworkers or family also notice a difference?
Yes, they've noticed a huge difference. One thing that my dad pointed out is that he's noticed within the past 2 years now that I don't seem as depressed or anxious, and I'm not as negative, which I think is kind of understandable after the crash. There's a lot
yeah.
going on, a lot of negativity. But he says that he has seen, like, I speak differently, I walk and move differently now. And in addition to that, OMST has helped my balance. So that's also a whole other part of it. I didn't have too many issues, motor issues, so I was pretty lucky there. But I significantly noticed my balance is way, way better than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you look like you've come a long way.
Oh, yes. I'm really lucky I
That's
found you
the-
guys.
Yeah. Tell us how you found us.
That was interesting. Okay. Just going to go through factually the whole story. So I had the crash in November 2023, went through Inova Hospital through 2 rounds of cognitive therapy. Still wasn't feeling 100% back to my normal self. I didn't have my cognitive abilities like I used to. So I just still kept searching. And initially I found, because I knew that it was related to I had eye problems and cognitive problems, I found the Johns Hopkins Wilmer Eye Institute and signed up or got an appointment there. Unfortunately, the appointment wasn't very successful, and basically I was told, yes, we believe you're experiencing this no vision, these problems, cognitive problems, but there's nothing that we can do to help you. And being straightforward, it was devastating. Being told by the #1 eye clinic in the country, apparently, that they cannot help me. So rather than taking that as an answer, I started doing some research, looked up different eye clinics, started looking things up actually in ChatGPT. And the AI pointed out that maybe rather than seeing a neuro-ophthalmologist, I just see a neuro-optometrist. And so then I started Googling around for that, found Virginia Vision Therapy Center, and looking at their website, I noticed that a lot of the things that they said that they provide services for were symptoms I was experiencing, like the cognitive issues, hearing, auditory, and also vision stuff. So it seemed kind of just like it made sense that that's where I needed to go. And I had an appointment last November, and it's now September of the next year, and I would say I'm back 100%. I'm back to normal. I'm participating more at my job. My family says that I'm back to my normal self, and I can joke around, and thoughts in my head now.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
really lucky.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky to find Virginia Vision Therapy Center.